Om Shanti. Power of silence. So, what is silence? Is it not that silence means, do you think that we don't have any thoughts? No. The mind will always have one or other thoughts. That means, what is silence actually? Here, the silence refers to free from noise. So, free from noise means the mind, if it is allowed, it can produce more than 36,000 thoughts per day. So, when you are practicing this silence, what you are trying to do? You are trying to bring down those thoughts to the lowest level, whatever possible. So, basically, we are trying to reduce somewhere around 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 thoughts per minute or something like that, as less as possible. So what is happening, where this silence is giving us the power? Now, when you produce so many thoughts per day, all these thoughts are going to be useful to us? Not necessary, because thoughts are having 5 types in basic: negative, waste, ordinary, positive, and upliftment. Out of these 5 types of thoughts, as we know what is negative, which is not required; waste, which is also not going to be useful because we are thinking something which is not going to be useful actually. Ordinary, yes, what we do regular routines, we talk about ordinary, but the most important is the positive and upliftment. What is positive? Positive is something what we want to do good to others actually. Now, what is upliftment? This is the most important thought which we should promote. Upliftment is such a kind of thought which is oriented to our nature, which is more close to our nature, which is what we call it as soul oriented thoughts. So the more and more you produce soul oriented thoughts, which means you are reflecting your original nature, which means you are uplifting your consciousness to your original level, which is also called soul consciousness. The more and more you are in soul consciousness, you are expressing your original attributes of the self. And when you try to express original attribute of the self, then we are free from many other aspects which is otherwise influences actually. That means we try to work in our original sanskar and we try to free ourselves from the acquired sanskars actually. So the more noise happening in our mind is due to body consciousness, which is reflected in the form of acquired sanskars. So the power of silence is more expressed when you try to work in your soul consciousness. Now, in order to enhance this soul consciousness, we have to connect with the wonder of wonder, the supreme consciousness actually. So once you connect with the supreme soul, the Param Atma, the supreme consciousness, then you derive that extra energy to uplift your inherent original energy. This means you become more and more empowered, and more thoughts will be upliftment nature or positive nature, and you become free from those unwanted characteristics of the thoughts. This means I am truly empowering myself with the required level of thoughts and making myself free from unwanted thoughts, which means I'm enhancing the silence in my mind, and in that process I'm empowering myself to perform the way what I want to do it. And obviously I am increasing my efficiency in this process actually. So this is how the power of silence becomes very, very significant actually. So in order to enhance this power of silence, meditation is one of the best technique which can give you the experience of this power of silence. And especially Raj Yoga meditation gives you the way, the method of connecting the self with the supreme energy, and then empower the self to enhance and experience this power of silence. Om Shanti.